Tukusangalira ino iwe mukama waife osazeewo okutya amangu oli kubona programu yaife Fas Fas idukira nti tuli kwogera ku nsonga ed'okuba nti omuntu bw'oba osomye katono tosobola kubanga nti ojja weesimbawo oba tosobola kwengeza mu byabufuzi abagenyi baife tukaali nabo ino.
Okay. So, sir, let me ask this. If education is as important as it has been set out to be, you know, at this point, why then is the government insistent on making certain levels of leadership minus education qualifications? Because it seems like it's important, and therefore every leader should have some form of education, and therefore there should be a minimum for every single position. So why don't some of them have it?
Yeah, I believe that by the time they came up with such a policy or a documentation, had an idea that let us give an opportunity to somebody who did not go to school also to participate. And also they were looking at bringing out people's attributes and skills. Minus education, can somebody lead? That is my question now. Then education is just an addition. If that is what is on the ground as a policy. Education is just an addition, but they were looking at that. However, education now leads when it comes to issues of leadership. Because when you look at how policies, regulations are tabled in council, somebody must have an idea or a view of what to do.
Wouldn't it be easier, especially with the prevailing legislation, that you don't have to be educated, to say, in council, let's debate in Lusoga. Because I would imagine that even when you get those policies, the lower person who you're supposed to present those policies for also cannot read English and the ordinances. So shouldn't we just say, look, let us debate in our local languages, so that we can be inclusive, if that's what we were trying to do in the beginning?
I've got the opportunity to attend the council meetings. The way I see how councillors debate, first they debate in English, then they also request the speaker to allow them express themselves in the local language such that they can drive the point to where they want it. So it is acceptable. Yes, but so it should not be an excuse for one not to be having papers.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that, so and the thing was saying, the ordinances, the things, the policies that they write, shouldn't they then also be translated so that I can have the information even if I don't know how to speak English?
Yes, it can be a suggestion, or it can be even in our way forward. We can request the government to pass, it should be passed, that let the laws be translated in the what? In the local language. For instance, even the Bible is being translated in each and every local language, such that even the person at the grassroots can read and understand in his or her own local language. So I was of the view that hope also these lower cadres, it should be translated, because the numbers are still big for people who have not gone to school. And they are increasing every day, every hour. Men are dropping out, so we should consider them, because it is now, we can't do away with them.
Yeah. I want
the
to
number
come in.
Okay.
I know when it comes to sub-county district councillors, when they are having these meetings, like for example, we have the work plans, it is time for laying the budget, they are given these budgets and they carry home so that they can do what? They can consult other people. If you don't know how to read and write, you can consult your friend to interpret for you, such that in the next meeting you're able to do what? To discuss. Then another thing, we have opportunities in the communities. If you don't know how to read and write, there is functional literacy. As you've gained power, you're supposed also to seek for the instructors such that you can know how to write and read. You see?
Yes.
Yes, I would also say that the beauty in it is some of these councillors are called in advance and given these papers to take home, discuss them, get somebody interpret for them, and get ideas of how they can best they can do it. And they are free to ask the language. I think the language of the language to be used in the council is open. Local language is allowed. I don't know whether you are getting me. Local language is allowed. So in most cases you find it is not intentional that English is there. Therefore, we should all run our council meetings and what, sector committee meetings and what in English. There's a provision to use a local language.
Yeah. So if there's a provision to use a local language, you know, and a lot of council positions do not require you to be educated, you know, and one of the reasons being put forth for women not being involved in politics is a low level. Do you see? So at the low level, at the higher level of participation, I think LC parliamentarians, you can understand how that is a barrier. But is it, after this conversation, are low levels of education in women really still a hindrance in them participating in leadership at the local level?
I think it is at a small extent. We have some other factors. For example, if I'm married, I may lack support from my husband. He doesn't want me to be exposed to the community. That's why he'll keep me inside the kitchen. He doesn't want me to do what? To participate. Then another thing, it is the misconception and perception from the elders. For them, they know women are supposed to do what? To be at home. They don't encourage other men to do what? To allow their women to do what? To participate in the community meetings. You may find even if you've mobilized for a meeting, some women are refused to do what? To come. Even to join groups, they are refused. Then another thing, some women just tend to shy away from the responsibilities. For example, when you've gone to the community, maybe you want to form water user committees, there's a percentage that women must be on the what? On the committee. But they shy away, they want this column for what? This position for member. They don't want to be a chairperson, so they shy away from...
Why do you think they shy away from this responsibility?
Why they may shy away from the responsibility? One, they don't have confidence. They lack self-esteem. They know they can't do much as women. Yet, you may look at her, she's able, if you've built her capacity, she can even deliver better than the man. Yes.
I want to chip in.
Just before we get to you,
okay.
Florence.
Kateriyo discrimination. Nti abamu abaami bayidi nti abakyala tebasobola kukulembera position yona yona bokwesimba mu kifo kyona kyona. Era kya affectinga ki omukazi okubanga tali kuki kujja mu kwesimba mukubanga ali elected oba okujja mu kifo kyona kyona. Yes.
But again, batukuba ati abakyala bangi okusinga abasaada. Lwaki bakyala balina batibakulonda?
Then abakyala batibakulonda bamala abakyala tunoomagana.
Okay.
Yes.
Oyankulembera atya?
Oye nankulembera atya?
Yakaidaide okukyala.
Ekyo kituufu ino nti abakyala engeri gye twakulira mu culture nti basaadana abalina okuba we still have that tendency. Oba kubona omukazi toliva moya aida kusobola. Oyo balida azawachi. Oyo taida akola ki? Taida kusobola. So kyona kiriyo. Then still even men grew up knowing they are supposed to be on the top. Kibona wabubone mu class. Niba kusoma embere ati Susan ni wosinza omulenzi ayinza okwekalakasa. Oyo yena asinga atya. So we still have some problems. We just need to continue.
And baba nikira ati aja twepankira oyo bwana abitamu aja kwepanka.
I would say that our curriculum has somehow done us a disservice. When you look at issues of life skills and empowerment, they must be put forward as far as the curriculum is concerned, such that we get a full package of what it means to be an individual. And people get to know inside themselves that I'm not small enough. However much you may say, I'm not the type you think I would be. I'm also somewhere and I hold water. This issue of backing down women has a gender stereotype, has a cultural impact, has the education level, and you know, even society has defined it like that.
So we've been looking at, I mean, from your conversation, from what you've said, and an adjustment in our curriculum. It seems we've been looking at education from just the point of literacy, learning how to read and learning how to write. And yet there are other factors, maybe if we changed the way we look at the aspects of education, because you spoke about the lack of confidence for a lot of the women, lack of life skill, lack of assertiveness. I mean, when we're talking, you said people don't know how to speak publicly and they don't have the confidence to do so. And maybe, do you think just saying, look, let us create avenues to educate on these soft skills and life skills and things like that, would that increase participation? Do you think that would increase participation, even for the girls who have dropped out at P7 or at P4 or at P5?
To me, I would assume that the way how education itself, how it is designed in a manner, it has no problem as people look at it. But the results show us that there is a problem with the education system. And if somebody has really been empowered, whatever level the person drops can stand for any post or can contest. But because of the way how we have packaged our content and what makes some people vulnerable, and they end up not contesting or being anywhere in any position.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Sarah. Really quickly, we have to wrap this up, but
yes, the avenues are there, but the attitude towards
those avenues.
Yes. For instance, the women, their attitude towards learning new things or getting empowered is also a problem. For instance, we have the functional adult literacy classes at the lower levels, but you may find a class of 30 people, only 5 are attending. Yet it is empowering them in reading, writing.
Do men attend those classes
yes.
more than women do?
Yes, they do
So you
attend.
have more men in the adult literacy classes than women?
Given the responsibility most women have at household level, they may not compete with the men to go for a functioning adult.
So the men
literacy.
have the time
yes.
to be able to go for this, the women
yes.
don't.
Given the responsibility most women have at household level, they may not have the time to go for adult literacy classes.
Right. David, I want to come in before you wrap up.
Yes.
Me, I disagree with my friends. When it comes to those functional adult literacy classes, it is women who are always there. With these functional adult literacy classes, we just have hours. Members are supposed to sit and learn how to read and write, even some other activities. But the problem what we have now, for example, the men, they don't allow their women to do what? To join those meetings. They think they are going for rumor mongering. Then another thing, we have an issue of, before we talk about education, we have also another issue of child neglect. Parents have ignored their roles and responsibilities. Now, like in primary, we have time for debate, but these are the children who are off and on. The days we have the debate, again for them, they've gone to rice plantations to chase away birds.
Yes.
Then another thing, the parents are not providing the basic needs, and that's why we are ending up with teenage pregnancy.
Yes.
So, me, I feel, even at these UPE schools we have some other platforms. For example, they have clubs. If the child has joined those clubs, he can be able to do what? Express himself.
Well, and unfortunately, that's where we have to end it for this week. Thank you so much for your thoughts and your views. We will be back next week, and we shall be tackling the actual solutions. What can we do to raise the capacity of women and to give them the skills that they need to be able to run for office? What programs are available? You need to tune in for that.
Nkwebaza iwe mkago wewaireyo okutubona ate bw'obanga tosoboire kutubona ndiko wabukomenti ja ku internet page yaife ja ku Facebook ja ku Twitter ja ku YouTube tamu bwa kigambo nti Fas Fas oida tubona oida kubanga otesanife oida weereza ama message ebiduubo byonna byolina twagana ne wichiraku nsigaire nga ninze Mutesi
Ninze Daudi eno ni Fas Fas. See you next week.